Welcome back to G Man P, the great TV. If you tuned in, hit a like, share, and subscribe. If not, we ain't doing no tripping. Now, today, I want to briefly go over racism. And racism necessarily um, doesn't have to do with skin color, which it could do. Um, Racism isn't words, racism is action. Racism is hatred, pretty much. Just like the guy that got killed yesterday, Charlie Kirk, um, that was a form of racism, but it wasn't a color racism. It was opinion racism. Just because his opinion differs from someone else, instead of them going on about their business and not following or catching up, that's what has to do with gang stalking too, because hatred goes so deep that instead of working on self, working on your inner soul, you're going to go out your way to show hatred to someone else. Um, a lot of times when I come up here and say different things, it might seem awkward. It might not be the status quo, but how I operate is different from how a lot of other people operate. Um, but racism is an action. Black on black crime is racism. You hating because you don't like another black person, so you don't want them around. So you want to rob or shoot them or stop them from opportunity. That's racism. Racism is not just about color. Racism is actions. And there was somebody that talked about it yesterday, you know, and it was a, actually Sauce Walker was the one talking about it. But he's very correct. Racism is an action. Like when I go on my thing, it's because I be minding my business. I already got a walk, which I'm not, due to my situation. I'm not gonna cry and complain about it. But when I'm minding my business and I see people trying to do little actions towards me when I'm not even studying you, ain't even thinking about you. I'll be in my own little world and I see what you be up to, certain people. So he is correct. Racism is an action, just like that guy that got killed. Just because you don't go with what someone else's opinion is, you gang stalk them and have hatred in your heart. There's a lot of people out here that have hatred in their heart, but then they talk about God. Like me, it builds up. You keep doing shit. I'll let things go. I'll ignore things. But things with me, it builds up over time. You keep on doing stuff, keep on doing stuff. And I try to, um, ignore it, um, going about my business. That's what racism is people going out their way to stop and block someone or attacking people spiritually or even physically. That's a form of racism. And someone was saying, well, it's not because of Democrats and Republicans why things are the way they are. No, it's not fully because of that, but it's part of that because you don't see eye to eye. Let's for example, God made man and woman. Back in the 80s, people looked down upon people that were, which I don't, I'm just the messenger. They looked down on people that were um, gay, having intercourse with the same sex. Now, if you pay attention, Republicans didn't allow, make it okay for the same sex or people to play a man playing in a woman's sports. The Republicans didn't make that up. That was Democrat. That's a Democratic thing. So people need to be real with themselves and come with facts. A lot of people don't come with facts. You got people that so damn brainwashed, watch the news every day and wonder why they're just a negative person. There's nothing good to say about you because you're negative. And then on top of that, these different news channels on TV, they're pushing fear about war. There ain't going to be no war. And I put my bottom dollar on it. If I had $1 million, I would bet $1 million. There ain't going to be no nuclear war. Before any of that happens, God, by Gaia, Mother Earth, God will destroy everybody on here before he lets that happen. Because there's other universes out here, there's other planets, well, other life forms out here. You're not only destroying Earth, you're destroying other universes around. Universes and different planets are infinite. And by people thinking the destruction, humans are going to be the reason why it's destructing. Weaponization is racism. If you really break it down, the government weaponizing different things, that's racism. Your own family hating on you because you different and they want you to be like them, that's a form of racism because they're not letting you be who you are. You understand? So there's all different forms of racism. It ain't just because I don't look at color of the skin. Who are you in the spirit? What type of person are you? You're either a good person or you're just the evil person. But you got the evil people trying to hide dormant, trying to act like something they're not, but they're really the devil. You got covert narcissists that are really narcissists, but they don't want to face the fact that they're a narcissist and they want to act like they're something that they're not. You get what I'm saying? Everybody, there's a shape, form, or fashion on racism. Then you got other people because who you are, they might got the riches, they might got the house, they got the cars, but they're soulless and they're spineless. So they'll watch you and hate on you because they don't have that. Instead of them getting motivation to go and do the work, their inner soul work, the soul work that your soul was hurt as a child. Some people don't never do the work and they ain't gonna do the work. And you're gonna get the results you get. You can't be mad at nobody but yourself. So racism comes in all different fashions. It ain't just, oh, he's black. You got people out there like that. Oh, he's black. I hate black people. And they'll show their hatred in different forms. They'll block you, they'll try to bury you, they'll work with a team to bury you and hoping that's going to be your end because they're trying to bury you. But in certain people, only thing that burial is going to be my uprising. You understand? So I understand all that. Like even with different things that I'm going through now, and they're trying to use little different things to think that it has to go back to finances. That me trying to do my own thing, but funding, you have to fund it. It's not going to happen without funding. So people think that I'm going to be all tripping because due to my situation and what's going on and due to funding and all that, which that doesn't get, that doesn't bother me. Things are going to happen. Everything ain't going to be good. You understand? And what's good always comes to an end. So it ain't gonna be good forever. But are you preparing yourself for the next thing? Are you preparing yourself for the next step so you can achieve? Some people are just um, they're very complicated. People think that I'm complicated how I think, but really I just mind my business, try to uplift. But you got these they call them white hat Luciferians and different other people behind the scenes that think that they are God and they created earth and they created plants and they created grass. Them is the people that are egotistical, and God's going to show them that they don't have the power that they think that they have. They don't console the power that they think that they hold. So things are changing on a daily basis, just like the different departments. There's too many governmental departments. That all needs to be done away with. IRS, no more. All these different departments, because only thing they're doing is taking money out of our checks. And then when it's time for us, the people that put the work in, when you ready to retire, the people, these politicians and these governmental people, as soon as they get the money, they're spending it. So when it's time that you put the work in and did everything that you were supposed to do, and it's time for you to get your money, it's already spent up. These politics. That's why a lot of this stuff needs to be done away with. That's why the military needs to be in every state. The secret society needs to be done with. They need to be wiped out. Um, and I know people are going to hate because that's the way of their living by grouping up secretly and attacking the brokenhearted people, the poor people, and the innocent. And that's how a lot of these people are surviving because they're tearing and they're um, they're plundering people. They're using people. They're tearing down people for their greatest good, their family's good. So a lot of things that I say people ain't gonna like. You understand? Because that's how they live their life. There is no certain way that you have to do things in life to achieve. That is an illusion. But some people are so brainwashed that they believe into that delusion. So I just stay quiet and let people believe what they want. When it's time for me to say something, I speak. When it's time for me to be quiet, I don't say nothing. But that's pretty much what it is going on. You got too many people that think that they're God and don't even know God. You got people that's confused thinking that they're talking to God, but they're really talking to the devil. Only thing you got to do is pay attention to the evil shit you do through life. That's the only thing you got to do. The evil people, the evil things, meaning the people you hurt, the gain, whatever you done gained in life, you got to be real with yourself. A lot of people are cool with living a false narrative and then call themselves real. How are you real if you living off delusions instead of facts? It's a lot of people living off fiction. They're not real with themselves. And as soon as and them is the type of people that they want in different positions and different positions of prestige and power. They want narcissists, and because they know, just like I'm briefly going to touch on this, like the Epstein, he was groomed to be a narcissist. You got, they call them white Luciferian white hats that think they rule, which they got a little power, but they're not as powerful as they think it is. Like I said, the veil is very thin between the spiritual realm and the 3D. That's why all this stuff is being exposed, is because God let a lot of people, he talks to you, but a lot of people be egotistical and prideful and they don't hear God. He gives people a chance to repent. He gives people a chance to tell the truth and be real with themselves. Some people ain't going to, a lot of people are going to die not being real. And them type of people, I don't feel sorry for, you know. And a lot of people are hate you when they can't use you, manipulate, or control the narrative that they want for you. That's when the problem comes into play. When you stand up for yourself. See, I know how to clear out a room quickly. I'll analyze, and I know how to analyze and clear out a whole room quickly with ease. But that's not here nor there. It's just really I've been wanting to come up here and just talk about racism, weaponizing these politicians, these judges. They're weaponizing their position of power. That's a form of racism. If you're using your position of power trying to bury folks, that's racism. If you're in the hood and you see another black man and you hating that man and you want to run up on that man and you don't even know that man, that's a form of racism. If you're a black person and you want to shoot another black person and they did nothing to you, That's a form of racism. If you're another black woman or a black and you're hating on a man um that handles business and that's real, but you hate the realness in that person, so you want to tear them down. That's a form of racism. Racism is an action, it's not talk. You putting action behind your hatred inside your soul. So it's a lot of people out here that got hidden hatred and then they go behind closed doors and think nobody sees them. And God's sitting there watching your dumb ass. See? And then there's people out there that are very highly anointed and spiritual that if you do these folks wrong and God speaks to you within your soul and you thinking that that's you trying to talk to you, really that's God dropping something in your spirit and you ignore that. God's only going to give you so many chances to repent and keep it real. Once you don't keep it real, he's going to make it a point through signs and synchronicity that the truth comes out. So either way, you can hide the truth, you can be a liar, you can play with people's intelligence, but at the end of the day, when you're hurting something that comes from God, just know you're hurting yourself at the end of the day. You're just it's going to backfire on you and you're hurting your own self. So that's why I don't really get I try not to I don't get as angry as I do. I am human, but a lot of things that I used to get angry about I don't because I know how they think, I know how they move. I can look deep in your soul and know exactly the games you playing. I know who you are. So certain people is not to be played with and I'm one of them. So with that being said, people want to destiny swap. They want to play these little games and think that you ain't on to their little tricks and their little games that they're playing. I'm gonna play along with you, and then I'm gonna clear the room out when I speak. And that's just how the way things go. I know people coming up on here because they can't confuse me. They're trying to do all these little evil, wicked plans because they know they're not shit. They know they're never going to work on themselves. So they want to watch me instead of watching their own plate, or they might not even have nothing, but they're putting up a plan together to think that they're coming around. And you're going to get your little feelings hurt. That's one thing you doing. Playing with me, you're going to get your little feelings hurt. I'll smash your ego and I'll smash your pride. I'll have you so much up in your mind, you ain't gonna know if you're coming or going. So don't play with certain people. You shouldn't be playing with nobody if they're not spiritual or anointed or not. You shouldn't be playing with nobody. But that's the times we living in. And then you got the people that acting like they've been a humanitarian. You've been a bully all your life. You've been a bully. When have you become humanitarian? You ain't never been a humanitarian. Now all of a sudden you care about people and you never care. You're a phony. You're a fake. You're a fraud. And you got to watch out for them type people. Only thing you got to do is watch, pay attention, and listen. People tell on themselves, and then they want to know how he know that your stupid ass got arrogant and told on yourself. Stupid. And that's people are doing. That's why I stay to myself and talk through the camera. You know, I'm not gonna go up and give speech. If I give speeches, because so much hatred now, it's gonna be through a camera. I don't care if I'm out somebody. I'll have a big projector screen. I could be on the inside and the big crowd outside. I'm not gonna stand in front of a big just due to what happened to that dude. That's what you people want to be. Yeah, you can be in that section, but be somewhere else and play it on camera like YouTube. You know what I mean? Because it's more safer. You got people that really be hating you, and they get up every day to see what you're doing. They get up every day instead of getting up every day working on themselves. And some people can't sit with themselves. Some people go through life and want to see who they can use. You understand? You got people that will ask you for stuff that you would never in a million years ask them for. Them is the people you got to watch out for. The people that they can't stay by themselves. The people that gotta have people around. People that gotta try to use somebody to come up. And when you just gotta know yourself and stay with yourself to come up off yourself. not come up on somebody else. That's usury, especially when somebody would never ask you what you be asking them. Not in a million years. You got to watch out for them type people too. That they always want to use somebody. They always got to have somebody to think that they need somebody. No, you need yourself. Some people can't even sit by themselves. And that's the hard, true fact. See, me, I do better by myself, and people recognize that. So that's why they send in trying. Let me put that trying to send all these people in. But only thing that's going to happen, you're going to get your own little dumbass feelings hurt coming up to me. That's the only thing you're gonna do. And anybody past, don't come up to me. I'm telling you. Some people already know. They went on. I respect them people. They know like, oh, he ain't to be played. I'm gonna leave him alone. I respect you because you see. But for the people that think that they're sitting around plotting and planning, it's gonna blow up in your face. And only thing it's gonna hurt, I'm gonna hurt your little pride and ego. So your best thing is to shut the hell up and leave me alone. Like if you don't have nothing good to say, you might as well not say it all. Some people I just ignore at this point because we're not on the same level. We're not on the same vibration. We're not on the same path. That's why we don't connect. So a lot of people don't understand that some people I'll never be around. I would never be seen. I would never be dared to be seen in public with you. I wouldn't dare to be seen in public because I love myself. I love the company of myself. A lot of people don't love the company of themselves. They got to have people around that um, praise their narcissistic ways. So they're never going to grow because it's almost like a yes man. If somebody's around you praising instead of a person telling you where you're wrong at, they're praising the wrong you're doing. That's a yes man. A real person going to tell you where you're wrong at, even if it hurt. A fake person just gonna be around and laugh and let you do that narcissistic shit you've been doing all your life. So it is what it is. And I ain't really doing no tripping. I just basically want to come up here and say, yeah, Sauce Walker was right. Racism is an action, not talk. I could care talk. Only thing words are is witchcraft, a form of witchcraft. Like when people be secretly, but not saying out their mouth, they wishing you downfall, wish you don't have nothing. And then these same people, why would you right? Them is the people that's doing the shit. When somebody has to respond to whatever you're saying, they're the main ones saying that shit, but they're not man enough to say it out loud. They say it in the spiritual realm and keep it quiet that they want your downfall. They want you not to have nothing. They want you to fail in life. So that's the things going on, and that it's a lot of. That's why I stay to myself because too many people too tricky, too many people playing too many games, too many people playing too many spiritual games, and it's just gonna blow up in your face, and you're the one's gonna be hurting in the end. When it's all said and done, you gonna be the one hurting. So it's best for humans to come together. It doesn't care what color, creed, and coming together is not necessarily, oh, we got to be buddy, 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 and be best of friends. Coming together meaning like respecting other people's time, space, and energy. Just that simple. Respecting people's time, space, and energy. You don't necessarily have to be buddy, buddy, buddy to have unity or to come over somebody's house every day or I don't want friends because people ain't they're not real. Their real is fake and my real is real. You understand? So we're never going to see eye to eye because your real is being fake. Your real is having a facade. Your real is being something that you're not. Instead of just being, if you're a narcissist, be that. And if you don't want to grow, just keep being that narcissist. Stop trying to be something you're not. Now, if you want to grow and change, work on yourself. And if you don't know how, find the means and the what necessary ways for you to grow. But don't try to knock somebody else's growth because you ain't shit. But unity comes from respecting people's time, energy, and space. Them is the three main topics that would bring unity. It doesn't matter if you're what nationality you are or what culture you're from. It's the problem is a lot of these different cultures think they're smarter than the other. And then with the black people, they're hated because we were the first people. This earth, we were here first. We were here first. And it doesn't matter who was here first, who was here last. We're all here now. What are we going to do now? What is humans going to do now? Who cares about? I mean, yeah, history, it can repeat itself, but what is everybody going to do now? While you sitting back watching, thinking you better, or thinking, oh, how does he get the looks I got? Is it what? It's not. That's the whole point of why people says it's not on you, it's in you. When they mean it's whatever you're worrying about how somebody's getting, whatever you're looking at somebody, it's not their outer appearance. It's what's inside of them. It's not what you're wearing. It's not the Jordans on your feet. It's not the Air Force Ones. It's not the polo on your flesh. It is what you conceal inside of you. It's not. That's why people have that saying. It's not on you. It's in you. Come on now. It's in you. It don't have nothing to do with clothes. It don't have nothing to do with fashion. It has to do who you are, spirit and soul. What type of person? And the veil's so thin, there ain't no more hiding dormant. The devil can't hide dormant. And if you let the devil destruct you and take over your soul, that just shows what type of person you are. I don't go by skin color. I go by, are you a good person or are you the demon? There's no in between. The only in between people is the ones that's hiding the demons inside. They know they're devilish, but they're so worried about their image and what people perceive of them, they're never going to do the work because you're fake as hell. So I really just wanted to talk about racism because racism's weaponizations, racism. Then you got the people that look at your color as racist, but the hatred within inside them brings out the racism. So that's what I wanted to come up here and talk. I ain't really been up on live, and I know my adversaries, they really come up on here to watch me in disbelief, thinking, how does he keep going? I thought we buried him. How does he keep going? I thought we tore his soul down. Y'all try to tear me down, and I'm still standing strong as ever. Y'all wasting y'all time. Y'all went all these years trying to tear me down, and y'all wasted y'all's time. I'm stronger than I ever been. Why are you sitting back trying to tear somebody down? Why are you sitting back talking? I hear what you say. Just because I'm not in the room don't mean that I'm not listening. So if you've been around somebody that you really highly look up to or highly look whatever you want to, I'm highly about this person. I hear what you say. So I'm just keeping that in the back of my memory bank. The more you show me who you are, when my time comes, is the more that we're never going to see each other again in life. I'm just being honest. And a lot of people can't take truth. A lot of people just want to keep living their life as a lie and wonder why their life ain't going right. But I know why my life in the 3D ain't going right. But in the spiritual, oh, I'm living abundant. I'm rich. I'm rich in the spiritual. 3D, it's not going right, but I know why. You know, because there's certain people that teamed up, thought it was we're stronger in numbers. Numbers ain't always good. Numbers that get you a Rico case. Numbers that get you jammed up. I learned that when I was in the streets. That's why when I was in the streets, I do things on my own. Now I have a maybe a guy or two with me when I was doing what I was doing back then. I don't live that life no more, but I can always go back and compare and contrast from who I was to who I am now. I already done seen this, like with the Young Thug and all these different people. I already done went through all this. Just mine wasn't publicized. I just went and caught when I had my cases, and you thinking this is your man's, and you thinking he before you. As soon as you get in that courtroom, every man's for themselves. There ain't no more. This is my man's, and oh, this is the higher person that people that had my back that higher. Everybody's fighting for their life. People will turn on you quick as soon as you go up in that courtroom. So I already knew all this. So, and that's what made me leave that street shit alone because it's hard being a street nigga because you can't never be real. The more realer you are, the more harder it gets. So there's no point in proving anything to anybody, and that's why I caught my cut. So all this stuff that I'm seeing, God already showed me. He said, "Son, see why you didn't fit in? The you was being real with these folks. They was only around you with what you had, your car, the little bit of money, and niggas is mad that I did more with less. Let me say that again. Niggas is mad because I did more with less. Niggas had more and doing less and don't really got shit. So that's why niggas is really mad at me because I did more with less. These niggas try to bury me and then understand how in the hell I'm doing what I'm doing and I ain't have shit. Why these people's getting contracts and behind the scene deals they doing thinking it was secret. Nothing's never secret. Ain't nothing never secret. So that's what I pretty much, come up here and just um, say. But I hope everybody has a blessed day. I have something to do. But keep all this in mind what people really on. People are snakes in the grass and watch out for them snakes. Cut your grass. Peace.